family members, friends, colleagues, members of our Board of Education, and distinguished guests. On behalf of the Mattawan-Aberdeen Regional School District, it is my distinct pleasure to begin the commencement ceremony for the class of 2022. Over the next hour and 30 minutes of celebration, we'll be riding an emotional roller coaster. Together, where we will reflect on experiences from the last 4 years, moments of great joy, unparalleled success, hard-won achievement, as well as bittersweet reflections upon challenges that have been taken head-on during these previous 4 years. This is, in and of itself, the essence of what a commencement exercise is all about: a moment of reflection and the beginning of graduation, a passing from secondary school to new vistas of lifelong learning. Class of 2022, take a minute to look around you. This afternoon places a capstone on 13 years of your dedication to developing academically, socially, and emotionally. Though each of your names will be read individually, I hope you understand the depth of your connection, both to each other and to the Mattawan-Aberdeen community. As quickly as you have convened today, realize that this is the last time that you will all be together in the same space. What this afternoon really marks is the beginning of the impact that this class will have on the rest of the world. Yet I must advise you further, despite the sense of finality and completion that comes with this afternoon's festivities, be mindful to think of it as a transition to much more appropriate times. Participating in this rite of passage continues your development towards adulthood and provides an indication of all the good things to come. As the assistant principal of the senior class, I find great comfort in knowing that the future is in your very capable and skilled hands. This type of trust is not whimsical nor lightly given. It does not come simply as an accompaniment to a diploma. Rather, it is grounded in the observations of countless individuals over countless years of study and pursuit of passions. And so now it's time, the final page of the story of your Mattawan-Aberdeen Regional School District career. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the commencement exercise for the Mattawan Regional High School, class of 2022. At this time, I ask that Ms. Julia Yankovic please come to the podium to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance while graduating seniors of the Mattawan Regional High School Chorus take their positions to sing the national anthem.
Good afternoon. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing as members of the Mattawan Regional High School Chorus sing our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sing by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
I would like to introduce the senior class and student body president and my dear friend, Jake Perlowin, to provide the welcoming address.
Let's go, Jake.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is an absolute honor to be sharing the stage with administration and many esteemed guests, sharing the stadium with joyful family and friends, and of course, sharing the field with faculty and my fellow class of 2022 graduates. As I've said countless times, being class president of this grade is my life's greatest achievement to this point. I'm so incredibly proud of the progress made by our class over the past 4 years. It has been a roller coaster ride to say the least, and yet we all still stand here today, ready to end one chapter of our lives and start another. But this is not just any book, it is an autobiography. We are writing stories, and I believe it is safe to say these past 4 years have been one great chapter. It all started freshman year when we entered those halls for the first time, just trying to find our way. Many of us, myself included, struggled to survive at first. We were tasked with finding friends, joining new clubs and sports, and fitting in with a whole new group of people. We remained alive and moved on to sophomore year. We started to make the high school feel like our home, a place where we belong, before everything changed. As COVID-19 took over the world, some of us did not see our hallways for 7 months, and for others, it was 18 months. From home, many of us spent our time planning our future and what would be our final year at MRHS. When we did return for the start of senior year, we were tasked with our most difficult challenge yet, trying to rejoin normalcy while also finalizing our post-high school plans and figuring out a way to leave a lasting mark on our school. Our class as a whole could not have done it without a few important people. Teachers like Miss O'Neill inspired us to be activists and to stand up in facing injustice. Miss Sullivan taught us to be creative and not to be afraid of being wonky. Dr. Jackman got us prepared for the future through his teaching style and curriculum. Ms. Cherubino gave us a place to go whenever we needed help, academically or otherwise. And everyone could count on Ms. Wegram whenever they needed their day break. I would also like to thank a few students who helped me tremendously along the way. My Vice President, Gianna Tessie, my Secretary, Emily Mallet, and my Treasurer, Chloe Reed. We made an amazing team, and none of our in-school memories could have happened without all of you. I also want to thank Taylor Dewan and Ava Chalia for their dedication to planning outside of school events with me, and because they would shun me if I did not mention them. And of course, I have to thank my family and friends. You guys know who you are. This year we made countless memories that not only got us through the past 10 months, but brought joy back into our lives. From the senior sunrise before the first day of school, when I sent many reminders for everyone to arrive on time, and I myself showed up 20 minutes late, to when we took a small trip to New York the week before Christmas, and I got COVID after fist bumping some dude dressed up as Elmo. They continued in 2022 when I lessened Lee and Mr. Maddow and just developed as something I knew how to do at the variety show. As winter turned to spring, the whole school watched as Mr. Arnett, Mr. Brown, and Mr. Eiler, among others, got pied in the face. And even after that embarrassing moment, our principal still walked around the school in jeans, flip-flops, and sunglasses he bought at Five Below. We then transitioned into the end-of-year festivities as the wonderful Linda Walling and her thespians put on a Bronx Tale many, many, many times. After coming in last place in 3 previous years, the seniors finally took home the #1 spot at Battle of the Classes. And at the senior picnic, when everyone was signing each other's yearbooks, Mr. Gross, as usual, made himself the center of attention by going into dunk tank. For the duration of this year, we saw many members of our class honored. Hyland Delaney became homecoming king and queen. Seg broke the indoor 2-mile record. Kenny won Mr. Madawan. Ryan gained the principal's award. And just 2 weeks ago, Thomas and Victoria were crowned prom king and queen. We celebrate them as well as many others as we gather here today. But we don't just gather here to celebrate. We are also here to watch one class, one grade, one amazing group of people diverge into 291 separate paths. These paths will create various families, careers, and lives. And as we all navigate the future, we will always be bonded by the fact that we are part of Madeline's class of 2022, and by the phrase that we painted up on that shed 9 months ago. "Don't you forget about me" is the perfect description of today. Letting go while also always hanging on. So yes, today is an emotional, bittersweet day, as it is the last time all of us, many of whom have been together for nearly 15 years, will be in one place. And it is the last time many of us will see each other until our 10-year high school. From this moment on, we will truly understand the mantra, once a Husky, always a Husky. Thank you all for allowing me to be a part of this journey. For one last time, this is your president here, signing off.
Following honors are in recognition of academic excellence. Though we know that all students are capable of outstanding academic achievement, these individuals deserve special recognition for placing themselves in a class that distinguishes them from the rest of their peers. Would the members of the National Honor Society please stand? More than just an honor roll, these 61 students have demonstrated excellence in the areas of scholarship, service, leadership, character, and citizenship. Their commitment to serving the community of Matawan Regional High School demonstrates the very essence of what our school has to offer, and we know that they will continue these efforts. Please join me as we honor this group with a round of applause. The first award for individual achievement is presented to the student who had the third highest GPA of the class of 2022. Her hard work during her 4 years at Matawan Regional High School saw her finish with a 4.571 weighted GPA. Next year, she will be attending Rutgers University, New Brunswick. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Ashna Shah. Next award will be presented to this year's salutatorian, the student with the second highest weighted grade point average of the entire class. During his 4-year career at Matawan Regional High School, he has amassed a 4.586 weighted GPA. As a result, he has earned the respect of students and staff alike, while setting the bar high for what he will accomplish in his coming years at Rutgers University, New Brunswick Honors College, where he will major in biology. Please join me in congratulating this year's salutatorian, Mr. Ryan Edwards.
Before I begin, I would like to thank Dr. Micah, Mr. Eiler, as well as our administrative staff and many students that have made this ceremony possible. I would also like to thank Ms. Chiarabino for her help with my speech. Above all, I would like to thank my family for their eternal love and support. Thank you. It's hard to believe that we are even here in the first place. It seems just like yesterday that I started in this district as a 3-year-old at Cambridge Park Preschool. Then, like many of you, I've done scratching work. Boyd Road, NAMS, and finally, the high school. For anyone, like me, who likes to quantify things, that's around 2,700 days of school, more or less, to get to where I'm standing today. And here I am, alongside my amazing fellow classmates. What an honor it has been to work alongside you and be challenged by your thoughts and ideas. Here I am, thanks to some amazing, supportive teachers. So many to name, but today I feel I must thank 2 whose patience and support were instrumental. Dr. Servideo and Mr. Harnett. I wouldn't be here without you. It's funny looking back on some of those 2,700 days. Some days felt like an eternity. I wish I could go home, I would think, wanting them to be over quickly. It's ironic that now we wish our time at school was just a little longer. That our time with our friends here was just a little longer. And that our time living carefree lasted just a little longer. As we know, nothing can last forever. We could try to stay in our past. We can reminisce, but never really go back. Always remember the great times we had in high school, but never forget what you have already. Our futures are bright and will no doubt eclipse our accomplishments in this school. Build on the things that you have done here. In the words of Epicurus, the things you have were once among the things you only hoped for. Never forget that. Congratulations to the class of 2022.
Last, but certainly not least, our valedictorian. This award is given to the student with the highest weighted grade point average of the 291 students that are before us. The hard work that she has put into her academics should serve as a model for all of us. In speaking with her about this distinction, it is clear that she understands the gravity that comes with its prestige and will represent the class of 2022 with honor. The result of her hard work is a 4.619 weighted grade point average, and we look forward to hearing all of the wonderful things in store when she begins Notre Dame University in the fall. Please join me in congratulating this year's valedictorian, Miss Nicole Vaccaro.
Good afternoon, family, friends, students, and faculty. I'm honored to speak on behalf of all the Madawan Regional High School graduates. The last 4 years have been a whirlwind of due dates, tests, studying, late nights, and early mornings. But we got through it all the same way we are gathered here today, together. Now, we have this one last moment, teetering on the cusp of a new era. Once each of us walks across that stage today and throws that cap into the air, we are dandelions in the breeze, scattering across the globe in 300 unique directions. Perhaps one day, some of our paths will converge again, but it will never be the same as this. We will never be the same people we are right now, cloaked in familiarity, knowledge, and expectations of what's to come. So the question becomes, how do we say goodbye? How do you say goodbye to the people who have been by your side for over half your life? The truth is, I don't think you ever do. Even though we're all moving on to bigger and better things, we will always carry pieces of one another for the rest of our lives. So maybe this is more of a see you later. I'll see all of you in the way I echo the numerous perks I've adopted over the last 720 days of high school. Today, we are on top of the world, waiting to celebrate the fact that we survived the last 4 years. But in less than 12 hours, today will fade into yesterday, and tomorrow will morph into today. Tomorrow, we will wake up, and high school will be a memory. And ultimately, that's what makes life so valuable, the promise that nothing lasts forever. Our fleeting existence reminds us to take advantage of every moment and dedicate our lives to something greater than ourselves. In the words of John Green, what's the point of being alive if you don't at least try to do something remarkable? So for the last time, I stand before all of you. We might not be the best of friends, but we will forever be connected by all the emotions and experiences that accompany a high school career. Later, instead of saying, have a good summer, we will try to express the words, have a nice life in the most eloquent way possible. And even though it's impossible to put it all into words, I want to thank you. Thank you for inspiring me and sharing thousands of moments with me over the last 4 years. I'll miss those hallways and classrooms, but most of all, I'll miss the people who filled those hallways and classrooms with life. I want to end with an excerpt from Erin Hanson's book, Matter. You may not believe in magic, but don't you think it's strange? The amount of matter in our universe has never slightly changed. That all which makes your body was once part of something more, and every breath you ever breathe has seen it all before. You may not believe in magic, but I thought that you should know. The makings of your heart were born 14 billion years ago. So next time you feel lonely, when this world makes you feel small, just remember that it's part of you, and you're part of it all. It's truly been a privilege. Thank you, best of luck in the future, and most of all, congratulations to the class of 2022. We did it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Graduation is one of the rare events in life that tacitly emphasizes the importance of reflection just as much as looking to the future. Case in point, as you listen to the speeches of your peers this afternoon, they provided ample opportunity to reflect on how much you have learned, how much fun you have had, and some humorous moments along the way. All these memories will bind you all together forever. At the same time, there were hints of what is to come, a strong emphasis on the accomplishments you will achieve in the future, and the importance of setting high expectations for yourself. While some might argue there is a level of complexity to this type of thinking that prevents us from truly digging deep in such a short amount of time, I'd argue there is an innate beauty to it. It's part of the reason why today, high school graduation is referred to as the pinnacle of the school year. Graduation is not just the last event of your senior year, but the last event of your K through 12 educational experience. This synthesis of past and present is the true reason for celebration. Using this ceremony as an anchor, you will have the ability to identify this moment in time where your connectedness is stronger than ever. During the next hour or so, those two modalities, the idea of reflection and prediction, will come together with your individual name being read. In a matter of 20 seconds, as you walk to the stage, shake hands, and receive your diploma, we will transition seamlessly from "look how far we have come" to "it is so exciting to see where we are going." You should never forget the teachers from all grade levels who forged your path and enlightened your mind, just as you should never lose track of the friends you've made who have molded those experiences to be unique. You should remember the events like Field Day, moving up ceremonies, your victory in this year's Battle of the Classes, and the prom. But more than anything else, you should remember the energy and excitement that surrounds today. But here's the catch to all of this. It's going to be hard work. Hard work to remember, and hard work to maintain that connection. Fortunately, when you look around, you should rest easy knowing you have over 250 people to lean on. That's the element of graduation that no other event brings, and why it is the most beautiful moment in your K through 12 career. The beauty comes in the idea that, just as my colleague Mr. Cronin mentioned at the beginning of the ceremony, your names will be read individually, but you will forever be connected from your time together in the Matawan-Aberdeen Regional School District. Lastly, it is impossible for me to address you one last time without making it incredibly personal. For the last 6 months, I have thought a lot about this moment. I have routinely commented that I can remember our first encounter on August 26, 2015, in the Matawan-Aberdeen Middle School auditorium. It was your middle school orientation and my first day as your principal. As I stand here, I can already say that being able to travel with you from 6th grade to this moment will be one of the highlights of my career. Just as I know your time in Matawan Aberdeen Regional School District has molded who you are today, you have also made an incredible impact on our school, the district, and myself included. Your class has reassured me time and time again that when in doubt, wear flip-flops. Doesn't matter the temperature or the formality of the event, just let the dogs out. Still, just as I explained the synthesis of what graduation represents, I can't tell you how excited I am to hear about what you are all going to be doing in the future. Whether you are going to college, the military, the workforce, trade school, entrepreneurship, or creating your own unique path, I've been able to watch you grow and develop since 6th grade. And I know you are going to change the world we live in for the better. I simply know all too well the expectations that you set for yourself and the fortitude that you exhibit to meet them. Just know, if you ever need someone to come along for the ride, I'll always be right here for you. It's the least I can do for the group that has single-handedly made a huge impact on Matawan Aberdeen Regional School District, Matawan Regional High School, and everyone here today. But today is about you, this amazing group of young people who will seemingly part ways today, but forever be connected. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Matawan Regional High School class of 2022. At this time, I ask that senior class members of the Matawan Regional High School Choir please take their position as they will sing the goodbye song.
There comes a time in everyone's life where we must make a change, somehow things rearrange. And now the time has come where we must finally part, but know you'll always be in my heart forever. You made me who I am, and now I understand what we must say.
Goodbye is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. All the laughs and smiles and the times I had with you. Goodbye is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. All the love we shared is just a memory or two. So with a tear in my eye, we just can't ask why. Let's just quickly say goodbye.
It hasn't always been so good, the times we've had, but we just somehow knew we did what we had to do. No more words, for the time has come. The clock has struck the hour. Our new lives have just begun to grow like a budding flower. All the best I wish for you in all that you do. Goodbye till we meet again. I'll always call you friend, but for now, we must say
Goodbye is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. All the laughs and smiles and the times I had with you. Goodbye is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. All the love we shared is just a memory or two. So with a tear in my eye, we just just can't ask why. Let's just quickly say goodbye, 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 goodbye.
This year's guest speaker is Miss Kaylin McNamara. Kaylin McNamara is a graduate of Matawan Regional High School's class of 2005, where she graduated in the top 20. While attending Matawan, Kaylin was a member of the National Honor Society, sang in the school choir, played on the varsity field hockey team, and was student council secretary in her senior year, while also participating in many of the school's extracurricular activities, such as the history and government and yearbook clubs. After high school, Kaylin went on to attend Quinnipiac University, where she earned her bachelor's degree in communications and graduated magna cum laude. Following several internships during her college tenure, Kaylin landed her first job at Affect, a boutique PR and social media firm in Manhattan specializing in technology, healthcare, and professional services. She remained at Affect until 2012, when she left to join Gary Vaynerchuk's new communications company, VaynerMedia, which has since grown from 100 to over 1,000 plus employees globally. Today, Kaylin is currently an SVP of New Business Operations and Consulting Services at VaynerMedia, the fastest growing advertising company in the world, where she reports into the agency's CEO, Gary Vaynerchuk, also known as Gary V, and plays a dual role in leading the agency's global new business operations, as well as serving as the head of Vayner's new consulting practice that launched in 2020. Kaylin has a proven track record in modern brand building, leading effective and breakthrough campaigns that grow a client's business. Kaylin has worked across a number of industrial verticals within the agency, leading digital-first strategy and integrated services for iconic brands such as the Oprah Winfrey Network, Unilever, and Campbell's. And in 2020, led the agency team at VaynerMedia that produced the first ever Super Bowl commercial for Sabra hummus. Over the past 18 months, Kaylin has stood up and transformed new business operations across Vayner's 5 global offices, contributing to a 40% increase in the agency's revenue year over year in New York City alone. Most recently, Kaylin was recognized by Business Insider as one of their top 50 rising stars of Madison Avenue who are revolutionizing advertising in 2021. When she is not at work, Kaylin can likely be found down the Jersey Shore, spending time with family and friends or planning her next travel adventure. She is also a professor at the School of Visual Arts in Manhattan, leading curriculum in digital campaign marketing and modern brand building. Please join me in a round of applause as we welcome Ms. Kaylin McNamara.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Eiler, to the Board of Education, faculty, friends, and family, and most important, congratulations to the class of 2022. It's an honor for me to be speaking with you today. This is such a huge milestone, and I encourage you to take time to savor the moment as life happens incredibly fast from here on out. Speaking of time moving fast, it was exactly 17 years ago today that I was sitting in these very seats, which right now makes me feel incredibly old, knowing most of you were about 1 year old. But just to put things into perspective, in 2005, the iPhone didn't even exist. I did have a cell phone, but it was used solely to call people. Imagine that. In 2005, Facebook was only for college students, so no parents or grandparents were allowed. Now they're the only ones there. And it was before Wi-Fi was even a thing. We literally had to plug a computer cable in the wall and pay by the minute to use the internet. I think my parents are still paying off that bill. I tell you this not to give you a history lesson, but to put into perspective just how quickly the world around you will continue to change and how you will change with it. A lesson you already know all too well, having lived through a global pandemic that in one fell swoop changed everything about our lives without warning. But change, while scary and sometimes inconvenient, is not a bad thing. It's an opportunity to reset and reflect, and more importantly, get closer to understanding the truth of what matters. For me, my time at MRHS was some of the most formative years of my life. It's where I built some of my closest friendships still to this day, and it's where through athletics and extracurriculars that I started to learn what I was really good at, what I was not so good at, and what I was interested in. I developed a passion for building relationships, organizing teams of people around a common goal, and helping others to communicate messages in compelling ways. And so you can imagine my fear come graduation and having to leave this comfortable cocoon that was really working for me and essentially start over somewhere new. But what got me through the fear and anxiety was the fact that I had a master plan. I was going to go to Quinnipiac University and major in journalism and become a big-time TV producer or magazine editor, which would allow me to travel the world, buy a house down the Jersey Shore, and pretty much wake up and do whatever I wanted. But on my first day of college, my Journalism 101 professor killed that dream in a matter of minutes. He told us that in 20 years, cable TV may not exist, and that magazines and newspapers as we know them were dying. Awesome. He then proceeded to project from his laptop and show us a new website that was launching called Twitter.com, and told us that in order to have a career in communications, we'd have to be able to communicate in 140 characters or less. At first, I honestly thought he was crazy. I mean, this Twitter thing had to just be a fad, right? The world couldn't possibly care about my random hot takes on news or what some celebrity had for breakfast. But as I started to actually use the platform, sharing tweets of my own and following hundreds of people that I'd never met, I started to understand how real this technology was and that it was going to impact not only journalism, but human connection as we knew it. Flash forward today, I built my entire career off the understanding of these social media platforms and now lead business development for VaynerMedia, one of the fastest growing advertising agencies globally. We help huge brands such as Pepsi, Anheuser-Busch, Procter & Gamble shift from the Mad Men era of TV and print to leverage social media to tell their brand stories. And during my 10 years at Vayner, I've been fortunate to work with some of the most talented marketers in the world and to have Gary Vaynerchuk as a boss, or as many of you may know him from TikTok as Gary V. For those of you who don't know him, Gary is a serial entrepreneur and 5-time best-selling author who is considered one of the leading global minds on what's next in culture, relevance, and the internet. He's built an entire career off of understanding changes in human attention and helping people and brands live in that reality. Just last night, I flew back from attending the Cannes Lion Film Festival, a prestigious award festival in the south of France, which is hotter than here, which celebrates the best in advertising across the globe. Gary was the keynote speaker in a room of thousands of seasoned marketers and celebrities who have built their entire careers making TV commercials. He told them that TV commercials are practically dead and that TikTok is where brands should be spending all of their money. So that was fun. So parents, don't worry so much about all that time they're spending on TikTok. You can now look at it as resume building for a potential career in advertising. In working for Gary for more than a decade and being in this industry for even longer, I've not only learned how to continue to embrace these changes in culture and technology, but more important, I've started to understand that true success is not about money or status or verified check marks on Twitter. It's about being able to wake up every day and actually enjoy how you're spending your time. It sounds simple, but it can be really hard to get there. In addition to having the self-awareness about your talents and putting in the work, society, or maybe even your own family's views on who you should be or what you should be doing. And instead, follow your voice to make it the loudest one in your head. I've been lucky enough in this life to have parents, family, and friends who continue to champion me unconditionally throughout my life and who support me in pursuing the things I love, and for that I am truly grateful. So to the parents, family, and friends in the audience today, as you continue to support and mentor these graduates on this journey into adulthood, I encourage you not to ask them just what they want to be when they grow up or what they want to major in. And if you can help it, try to also hold back on telling them what you think is best based on your life and experience. Instead, show curiosity about who they already are, what inspires them, what motivates them, what brings them joy, and what gets them excited about life. And then do everything in your power to help give them the tools and courage to be more of that. And to the graduates sitting before me, you may not be able to answer these questions right now, and that's totally okay. I couldn't either. But I encourage you to spend as much time as possible in the next decade trying to figure it out. And as you find the answers, start communicating those things to your friends, to your family, and maybe even on social media, and see what happens. And for me, while I never got that big job in TV or magazines, I achieved career success beyond my wildest dreams for this stage of life. I've traveled the world, and just a few years ago, I did eventually get that beach house. But more importantly, my biggest accomplishment at 35 years young is the ability to wake up every day and just be myself, embrace the unpredictable changes that life brings, and lean into them to create an even better life than I could have imagined. I wish the same for each of you, and if you ever need an extra Husky alum in your corner, you can find me on all social media platforms at KaylinMC, and we'll work it out in the DMs. Congratulations and enjoy.
Thank you, Ms. McNamara. At this time, please join me in welcoming to the podium our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Joseph G. Micah.
Thank you and good afternoon, friends. Graduates of the class of 2022, we gather here today to celebrate both an end and a new beginning. The end of your adolescence and the beginning of your journey as an adult in an ever-changing world. As for your adolescence, each of you have forged your character in your 4 years at Madawan Aberdeen Regional High School, forged in a world of COVID and dramatic social and political upheaval of the last 3 years. I believe that has created a level of resiliency and courage in each of you that will serve you well in life. You now go forth into your adulthood with the capacity to deal with difficulties and the strength to make positive changes in the world. Emboldened by this, you will be able to make difficult decisions, face your fears, and confront both certainty and uncertainty with a clear mind and purpose. I mention fear because fear will always coexist with resilience and courage. You must acknowledge the fear in order to overcome it through resiliency and courage. As mentioned above, the world has changed drastically in the last 3 years. Events are inexorably reshaping the world we live in on a daily basis. With such constant flux, you will need to rely on your resilience and courage even more. Simply being is no longer enough. It is time for you and your generation to transcend these issues and be positive agents of change. The world is in need of your help in making it a better place. I realize this is a difficult task. However, each of you are prepared for it because what you have already faced. You leave Madawan Aberdeen Regional School District having learned about success, failure, reinvention, and community service through the support of your families and the outstanding group of teachers and educational professionals that have been helping you throughout your life. All of these things will enable you to ask questions, engage in conversation, and confront issues head on. It has left you with a skill set to deal with the challenges that lay ahead and create positive solutions arising from those challenges. So I say to you, be an example to others. Be imperfect. Speak up and offer positive solutions. Lead with equity. Help those in need. Create. Care for yourself. Smile. Seek. Laugh. Cry. But most of all, be yourself. Finally, I leave you with the words of one of my favorite authors, J.R.R. Tolkien. It is not our part to master all the tides of the world, but to do what is in us for the succor of those years wherein we are set, uprooting the evil in the fields that we know, so that those who live after may have clean earth to till. What weather they shall have is not ours to rule. Congratulations, class of 2022. You are now our future. Use your resilience and courage to lead us forward. Thank you.
Will the candidates for the Madawan Regional High School Diploma please rise? In the name of the faculty, I hereby certify that those students receiving diplomas this afternoon have fulfilled both state and township regulations for high school, and I have therefore placed my signature upon each diploma signifying same. I therefore respectfully request that at the conclusion of our ceremony, the honorable members of the Board of Education bestow upon these graduates the diploma of Madawan Regional High School. Graduates, you are an enthusiastic and sophisticated group of individuals who over the past 4 years have led by example and with great distinction. I wish each of you a future that is filled with health, happiness, and prosperity. The calling of names this afternoon will be performed by Madawan Regional High School Assistant Principals, Mr. Philip Tyberzi and Ms. Lorena Carbajal. The class of 2022 respectfully requests that that the audience hold their applause until the end of the presentation of certificates. Please take your places.
Julia V. Youngkoich, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Paul Servideo.
Jake Perlowin, Global Humanities Academy, presented by Mr. Zachary Gross.
Gianna Tess, Civic Leadership and Global Humanities Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Emily Mallet, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Alexander James Lincoln Abel, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Neil Jackman.
Chloe Nicole Reeve, Theater Arts Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurth.
Jada Allen, Theater Arts Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurth.
Mare Kova, Civic Leadership and Global Humanities Academy, presented by Mr. Zachary Gross.
Amber Helena Jade Anfusa, Brookdale Community College's Early College Academy, presented by Mr. Sean Cronin.
Michael Kovacs.
Atia Anwar Basha, STEM and Instrumental Music Academy, presented by Dr. Neil Jackman.
Colleen Lillis, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Kaylee Bowden, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Carter Lopresti, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Paul Servideo.
Jonathan Bricks.
Nuba Mariam.
Harrison Brown, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Paul Servideo.
Seth Matthias.
Lindsay J. Burgos, Dance and Theater Arts Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurd.
Lindsay McCabe, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Mr. Kenneth McCabe.
Tyler R. Coco, Business Academy, presented by Ms. Krista Hipsch.
Gabriella Medell, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Gabriella A. Collins, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Christopher Constantine Mularadalis, Global Humanities Academy, presented by Ms. Maria Sciarvino.
Emma M. Conroy, Visual and Performing Arts Academy, presented by Ms. Maria Cherubino.
Ryan Malarkey, Instrumental Music Academy, presented by Mr. Kevin Cotter.
Aiden Conrad Corpus, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Neil Jackman.
Jade Opasinski, Global Humanities Academy, presented by Mr. Zachary Gross.
Angeline Dawson, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Natalie Paone.
Haley DiPietro, Dance Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurd.
Emma Petriskevicius, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Paul Servideo.
Ryan Edwards, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Paul Servideo.
Isabella Piazza, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Isabella F. Foley, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Ryan Proche, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Neil Jackman.
Emily Friedman, Brookdale Community College's Early College Academy, presented by Mr. Sean Cronin.
Samantha Ritter.
Cecilia M. Gallia, Visual and Performing Arts, presented by Dr. Paul Servideo.
Melina Roman, Civic Leadership and Global Humanities Academy, presented by Ms. Maria Sheravino.
Clara E. Gallia, Visual and Performing Arts and Instrumental Music Academy, presented by Mr. Kevin Cotter.
Gaurav Saini, Business Academy, presented by Ms. Krista Hipsch.
Anjana Sai Gundavarapu.
Julia Salemi, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Julia Giles, Business and Dance Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurry.
Delaney Schuing, Dance Academy, presented by James and Adrienne Schuing.
Corey Gilligan.
Ryan Segala, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Jade A. Green, Brookdale Community College's Early College Academy, presented by Mr. Sean Cronin.
Amanda Serpy, Global Humanities Academy, presented by Mr. Zachary Gross.
Haley Haberman, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Ashna Shah, STEM Academy and Dance Academy, presented by Dr. Paul Servideo.
Lily Ann Harding, Global Humanities Academy, presented by Mr. Zachary Gross.
Megan Stewart, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Paul Servideo.
Louisa C. Hinterstein, Civic Leadership, Dance, and Visual and Performing Arts Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Nicole Vaccaro, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Neil Jackman.
Alexandra Abahazi.
Thomas Vale, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Neil Jackman.
Jenna Abdallah, Brookdale Community College's Early College Academy, presented by Mr. Sean Cronin.
Vincent Basallo, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Neil Jackman.
Ahmed Abdel Halim Hassan.
Ryan Joseph Wilcox.
Miracle Abwaja.
Kainak Zafar, presented by Dr. Neil Jackman.
Amanda E. Adams.
Connor McNamara.
Gianna Allen.
Dominic Manzella.
Amaya Ado.
Gerardo Mariquin Escamilla.
Ariana Andrews.
Andrew Martins Mahoney.
Casey Antos.
Anthony Martins Mahoney, Business Academy, presented by Ms. Krista Hips.
Lesdiel S. Ayala.
Olivia Jean Morrow, Civic Leadership and Dance Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurd.
John M. Benko.
Ryan James Mobby.
Danielle Marie Black, Dance Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurd.
Ryan McCain.
Mackenzie Bowe.
Tristan Saab McNerney, Civic Leadership, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Jenna Chantel Bolton.
Kiernan McShane.
Brianna G. Boyce.
Emily Mendelson, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Jacob Nicholas Pagani.
Cassandra Miano, Instrumental Music Academy, presented by Mr. Kevin Cotter.
Sierra Britt, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Jordan Miller.
Abora R. Brown.
Kobe Miller.
Dennis Bonagara.
Chloe Ashton Montalvo.
Joseph Cabrera.
Eloisa Eunice Sea.
Grace Calcagno, Theater Arts Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurd.
Amy Morales Ramos.
Betty Canove.
Dwight Henry Morgan.
Kyle Capellas.
Leah Jerry Morrison.
Ivana Cardona.
Timothy Murphy.
Jason Cardona, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Paul Servideo.
Marcus Myers.
June Ann M. Corelli.
Sydney Nee.
Ava R. Casano, presented by Lindsay Diploma.
Christopher Nielsen.
Alexa N. Cecile.
Jarrett Norman.
Joseph D. Serta.
JC Nunes.
Ava Chalia, Dance and Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Ryosuke Oda.
Antonio V. Clark.
Brandon Olvera.
Jacob Cole.
David Anoha.
John Michael Contini III.
Michelle Oropesa.
Christina A. Coppins.
Emma Isabella Palomo. Business Academy, presented by Ms. Krista Hitch.
William J. Cox, Business Academy, presented by Ms. Krista Hipsch.
Ava Perella.
Kelsey Cregan, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Ellie Patterson, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Paul Servideo.
Josias A. Cruz.
Gabriella Patty, Dance Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurth.
Alex J. Cruz.
Holly Padell.
Juana Yamalis Cuenca Castro.
John Pereira.
Let's go, John!
Joseph T. Curran, Theater Arts Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurth.
Joshua Pereira.
Alexa J. DeSillo, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Paul Servideo.
Ethan Piazza.
Elishua D. Dawkins.
Dylan Pluff.
Thomas DeLucia.
Danelle Poncio.
Evan Devani, Business Academy, presented by Ms. Krista Hipsch.
David William Quinlan III.
Taylor M. Dewan, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Sarah Rager, Dance Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurth.
Louis D. Domenico.
Madden Rose.
Alina Didu.
Melanie Ramirez Padilla, Visual Arts Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurth.
Gabriella Lee DePalma, presented by Nadine DePalma.
Frankie Randazzo.
Brandon Eisenberg, Business Academy, presented by Ms. Krista Hipsch.
Samantha Bremer.
Sydney Adriana Fair.
Raekwon Reevy.
William Farmer.
Joseph Reinhold.
Lindsay Y. Figueroa.
Adriana Riboto. Instrumental Music Academy, presented by Mr. Kevin Cotter.
Maxwell Flanagan.
William Ring III.
Matthew Freeman.
Carlos Rivera.
Ariana Fuentes.
Rafael Rodriguez Cabrera.
Justin Gendy, Business Academy, presented by Ms. Krista Hicks.
Dejan Rohan.
Zachary C. Gershner, presented by Mayor Altamonte.
Melanie Rojas.
Kenneth C. Grant, Global Humanities Academy, presented by Ms. Maria Cheravina.
Matthew Roman, Brookdale Community College's Early College Academy, presented by Mr. Sean Cronin.
Elijah D. Grease Smith.
Viviana Romero.
Matthew Guadagno.
Brian Rosas.
Johnson Goose, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Neil Jackman.
Ara Roshan.
Kyle Halliburton.
Damiano Rotolo.
Daniel Hamdani.
Justice Rush Jackson.
Jaylon Harrell.
Isaiah Ryan.
Samaya Harris.
Timothy Reed.
Sarah Hausman.
Vivian Jayla Reed.
Katie Hellriegel.
Emily Sikowski.
Christopher M. Hellriegel.
Adham Saleh.
Aphrodite Athena Hernandez Hurtado.
Emma Sanchez, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Damian Marshall Hickman.
Robert Sanchez Lanipa.
Shane K. Hilliard.
Sabrina Santos.
Amanda M. Hoffman.
Kale Kim Sumbang.
Kylie Huggins, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Jacqueline Sealer, Theater Arts Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurth.
Isabel Hunt, STEM Academy, presented by Dr. Paul Servideo.
Sarah Seyoung.
Ajane Nicole Ingram.
Michael Speraza, Global Humanities Academy, presented by Ms. Maria Shervino.
Samara Ismail.
Sierra Grace Shaw, presented by Ms. Maureen Shaw.
Andrew J. Itursky.
David Angelo Soto.
Ariel Jackson.
Kayla Spencer, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Nicholas Chacon.
Cameron Stewart.
Ojurul J. Jenkins.
Trevor Sumner, Brookdale Community College's Early College Academy, presented by Mr. Sean Cronin.
Daniel Jones.
Jacob Tice.
Shannon Olivia Jones, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Dylan Tran.
Ayana Jones.
Isaiah Vega.
Colin Juarez.
Ruben Velasquez, Vocal and Theater Arts Academy, presented by Mr. Andre Baldessarini.
Marixa Juarez Soriano.
Jonathan Belsor.
Max Joseph Kanaska, Visual and Performing Arts Academy, presented by Ms. Maria Cherubino.
Julia Venecia.
Joseph R. Cansa.
Jason Barris.
Emily M. King, Business Academy, presented by Ms. Krista Hitch.
Corey Walton.
Fatima Kanata.
Adam Waters.
Philip Kriska.
Frank W. Whalen.
Grace Koulis.
Christian Joseph Wheeler.
John G. Kirshner.
Jack Wilcox.
Aiden LaRue.
Kieran Wingler.
Genevieve LaRue.
Tyrone Weiss.
John Lacavara, Civic Leadership Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill.
Alexa Wood, Dance Academy, presented by Ms. Julie McCurth.
Matthew Lawler.
Joseph Warosilla.
Juliana Lamore.
Victoria Sonola.
Mitchell A. Lipnitsky. Aiden J. Lorenzo. Marvin Levinsky. Daniel J. Lucci. Mary G. Leiden, Civic Leadership and Dance Academy, presented by Ms. Michelle O'Neill. Evan Lynch. Carly Villanueva. Marion L. Carter Kelly.
Please stand for the singing of the Matawan Regional High School alma mater. President Ascoli, members of the Matawan-Aberdeen Regional School District Board of Education, and Superintendent Micah. This is the Matawan Regional High School class of 2022. Congratulations. Mattawan Regional High School class of 2022, for the last time, you are dismissed.
Right here, in front of the stand.
Everyone's ready. Take your right, take the tassel, move it from the right to the left.